Hello guys, welcome back to X Drawing, and here we are back again with another new dataset. But the special thing about the dataset is the dataset is so small and we will get some best result from the dataset. This video is for beginners to boost the confidence. It is a very quick video. You will analyze the data, you will pre-process the data, and you will model the data within, I think, 5 to 10 minutes, and you will find all the patterns, like all the systematic ways in which we will process the data, the raw data, into some meaningful model in a quick and short video. So without any delays, let's visualize our data. This is our data. As you can see here, we are having some columns right there: data, temperature, and okay, too much temperature right there. And in the last, we are having a consumo di cervija. I don't think this is English language, and it is written litros. From here, I'm smart enough to guess that it is liter. So the data is a beer consumption data, definitely. So it is the consumption in liters, and I think this is the temperature. Okay, we'll figure it out in our notebook. So let's jump to our Jupyter notebook. This is our Jupyter notebook, and from here we can import some useful libraries like pandas to import our data. If you don't know, guys, then pandas is used to import the data, and NumPy is for mathematical computational things, and Seaborn for visualization. I'm a big fan of Seaborn, really. And Matplotlib, definitely. Everything start from basics. Matplotlib.pyplot as a PLT. If you will not import that warning thing, then you will get some really huge warning text right in your notebook, and you really don't want it. I know. So you can say warnings dot simple filter. Warnings. Okay, it's warnings. Simple filter, and here you can set it to ignore. And in last, we are going to say matplotlib inline, matplotlib inline, and we are done. After we imported our libraries, we can now import our data, and my cursor is not working. Okay, df is equal to pd.read csv, pd dot read csv, and you can find the link of the data in the description. So please download the data and do all the things with me. Definitely it will help your skills. Now df, why we drop the data axis? Because let's see here, we don't have anything in that data, right? So we need to drop the data axis. It will not worth it if we import that data and then just train our machine learning model on that data, because there is nothing to be trained on. Now as you can see here, we have dropped the data from axis 1, which means the column side. df is equal to drop df dot drop na, which will drop all the null values, and now we can see df dot head. So temperature media, temperature minima, and temperature maxima. What is this? Precipitaco final di semana. I don't know which language is this. I really don't know. And so now if we dropped all the null values, then we don't have any null values, and you can also check it by saying sns dot heat map df dot is null, and then y tick labels is equal to false, comma c bar is equal to false, because we don't want any color bar, and c map is equal to wait, it's my favorite. Okay, there is some error. Let's find out what the error is. Okay, I got it. I got the error, which is VIRIDIS. Now all the rows are blue, which means we are not having any null value, and you can guess it from here. We have dropped all the null values right there. In the next line, not in the middle line, in the next cell. Now here you can see that we are having some commas, which means the values are in string. We need to convert those values into numerical values, so we can replace that comma with a dot, a point, a decimal. So temp temperature maxima C is equal to df. You can autocomplete all the things by using tab dot str dot replace, and inside replace, okay, two replaces. Inside replace you can say comma, and I need to replace comma with a dot, right? And same you can do for, okay, let's copy the lines because we are doing the same thing. Okay guys, we have replaced all the things, so you can see the the types of our data frame. It's object, 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 and object. But what we need is numerical values. For converting them into numerical values, you can say df, and now here two-dimensional array you can pass, because we need to replace the values with the numerical values. Now again you need to retype all the column names. Let's fast forward it. And now you can see I have applied a function which is pd. Like you can apply any function from here by using dot apply, and it will be applied for each and every value inside that cell, right? So pd dot to numeric, which means it will convert that d type into the numeric type and execute it. After it you can also check the d types, and you can find it's float, means numerical data types. And what you can see, you can type sns dot pair plot, which will show you every plot in this data frame. And it will take some time because it's going to be huge, right? You can see each and every data frame, each and every numeric plots here, right? So what we need to predict is this thing. So this thing is mainly related with the, from here you can see temperature maxima, and yeah, basically the curve is kind of growing with the temperature maxima and this consumption. And let's find the correlations. I hope that the correlations will be higher with the temperature maxima. So you can say df dot co. We can also visualize this correlation by saying sns dot heat map df dot correlations, and a0 is equal to true. So here the correlations is higher with temperature maxima, and temperature maxima, yeah, it's higher with temperature maxima. As you can see here, temperature maxima 0.64 and temperature minima 0.39, which means definitely it is higher. And also it is dependent on final d semana with 0.51. let's visualize it also. Final d semana, okay, it is a categorical column, so we cannot visualize it like this, but leave it if the correlation is higher, and we are going to be quick. So now columns, you can see all the columns right here, and I forget to copy it from here. Oh my god, I can copy it from here and paste it there. Just leave it. Okay, x is equal to df. Okay, now we are going to copy it. Copy all the things, copy and paste it. We just need to remove this, and our data frame is ready. But we are giving it columns, not a column. So it should be a two-dimensional array. Okay, it's okay. And y is equal to, let's say x is capital X, y is equal to df, and as you guys can guess, the rows. we got our X and we got our Y. Now we are going towards the pre-processing step. So from sklearn dot model selection import train test split, and from sklearn also we are going to import the explained variance score matrix, import explained variance score, and also x train comma x test comma y train comma y test is equal to train test split, and x comma y comma test size, how much size we can give it. Okay, let's see how many rows we are having. So df dot info 365 rows we are having. So the data set is not huge, actually below than average number of rows it is having. So test size, let's see 0.15, and random state, if you want same results as mine, so you can use random state same state is equal to 101. Okay, now we are good to go. So add a new cell, and in this cell we are going to pre-process our data. Dot pre-processing import min max scalar. Scalar is equal to min max. Why we use min max scalar? To normalize the data. So the data is between some specific values. The data will not spread entirely onto the graph, right? It will make training stable. So x train is equal to, we are just fitting the data into x train, right? Because we need to normalize it in the training way, and our model is trained on that way, so it will make predictions according to the scaled version of our training data. X test is equal to scalar dot transform and x test. We have transformed our data, we are having a transformed version. So let me show you x train. As you can see, our data is normalized as 0.64, 0.10. From sklearn.linear model we can import the linear regression. So from sklearn.linear model import linear regression, and let's say lm is equal to linear regression, lm dot fit x train comma y train predictions is equal to lm dot predict x test. Okay, it can give you the error first time, but if you will run it again, then it will not give you errors. So we are having our prediction. Let's visualize our prediction from sns.join plot, sns.join plot and y test comma predictions. Why it's not auto suggest? Predictions and kind is equal to reg, it's a regression. Okay, our values kind of linear in a linear way, so you can visualize the data and the distribution over there, but the data is pretty fine. Our prediction and y test is kind of linear, making a linear and a straight line, which is okay. This means that our data is our model is good, performing good. sns dot dist plot, you can also visualize the dist plot, predictions minus y test. The distribution plot will give you a better visualization of your predictions. So the distribution is mainly that how many values are there which are having zero difference between the prediction and test data. So there are many zero values, and the distribution is increasing or decreasing uniformly. Okay, it's good result. So guys, our model is doing good. I hope you will get the same results in the next video or next to next video. There can be a face cam, and we will see that what we can do with some other stuff. And in this channel I am going to make really good stuff like React Native apps in real life with AI. I'm merging the AI. I'm going to merge the AI with the React Native to see some real life. It's very basics that I'm doing now. Why I'm doing? Because I'm going to make a full setup, and so I'm taking time, and YouTube will not decrease the growth of my channel. That's why I'm making the beginner friendly videos right now, and we are going to move towards the advanced thing within 1 month definitely. But I need some time to make the setup, and after that we are going to see the React Native app with AI and some deep convolutional neural networks to work on the real life example and real life training of our models, and some game inside the Unity we will use for reinforcement learning. It is going to be great. So please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. I'll see you in next video. Until then. And yes, you can find the notebook link in the description below. You can visit my GitHub account and download that notebook for your visualization definitely. So we will meet in the next video. Until then, bye.